Now onto the stealing. So this is not just some outrage on social media by a bunch of people. You know, this is coming from a lot of videos. This is coming from a lot of news sources. You know, everyone is really curious about this because this feels like this could change everything, right? All industries, just like the way the internet has. But look at these headlines. The counterfeit NFT problem is only getting worse, so artists are joining together to fight back. Like, you can't make a sustainable industry or community if you're going to make people mad and steal from them. Like, why would they want to support this? This is why I don't want to support this. So I will link this article below if you're interested in reading it. So we're going to show some examples of music here. So Ben Prunty says, hello, there's a site called Joined Hippies that has NFTs related to my music for sale. I want you all to know that this is not authorized and I would never participate in NFTs. Do not buy anything with my name on it from this site. It is stolen. And Ryan says the same thing. I just want to say that the day that I saw this, there was like 15 other people on my timeline that had very similar tweets that talked about the same company stealing their stuff. So it's not just like one person, one artist is getting hurt. This is rampant. These sites are just very aggressive. Do you think that you can hide behind your logo and your business name? You can't. You get exposed just like this. Like, some of these companies think that they can pump and dump. If you don't know what that is, you should definitely Google it. It's awful. But basically they think that they can steal from other people and make a bunch of money, and then if people don't like it, they can just shut down the company. But here's the problem. When you get exposed like this, then what's going to happen when you try to make the next business? Do you think people are going to trust you to give it their money when you want to make their next business if you are hurting and scamming other people? Probably not. So is this just happening once with Join Hippies? No, this has happened to other musical artists too on other websites. If you type in NFT music stream onto Twitter, you'll see several examples of this happening. So Morgan says, I do not consent for you to list any of my music as an NFT, whether it's under the name. She got blocked. Not an appropriate response. Someone else, shout out to NFT music stream, they stole my covers. I asked them politely, privately to take it down, and they chose to block me. So one person did it publicly, but then this person did it privately, asking nicely, still got blocked. So what was the response? And believe me, there's dozens of people who are talking about this. You can check it out. NFT's music says, and we have replied, responded to all who have DM'd us and had been civil about it. No tolerance for insane profanity and threats. When you, again, are making a business, you shouldn't just make a website. You shouldn't just make a Twitter page, social media page. You need to hire people who know how to talk to customers. And if they're upset, this is not the appropriate response. So they're focusing on, like, why are you mad at me? Why are you angry with me? Why are you using this language with me? I'm not going to tolerate this. You are not talking to a friend or a family member or someone you know. You are talking to people that you stole from. And this is a problem. Again, this is not just happening with one company. This is pretty much throughout all of the NFT community as far as I can see. Now, if somebody has a different opinion than what I've shown you today, let me know. I am open to it. But right now, I just keep seeing more and more of this on my timeline. So this is not just happening to music, it is also happening to a lot of artists and illustrators because it's even easier to steal art than it is music. It's just so frustrating. Gabby says, every morning I scroll through OpenSea, which is the largest platform for NFTs, and I submit multiple takedown requests of people who've stolen my art to use as NFTs. I'm honestly so tired of people stealing my art and so disheartened / unmotivated to share any new artwork, knowing this might be the outcome. So I mean, again, I've seen dozens of people talk about their art being stolen. I just wanted to show one example here to show how this is a real person that has spent years working on their art skills only to have somebody just take it from it and profit off of it. It just makes you feel awful. I don't know if you guys have ever had anything stolen from you, but it feels terrible. Like, especially because what can you do about this? And this is the kind of community that's doing it. Like, why would I want to join this? Why would I support this? Okay, so now we are moving on to celebrities. Now, I don't have to show you a lot of examples of this because I'm sure you already have examples that you can think of in your head of celebrities who have promoted their crypto and NFTs. Today, I'm going to show you, though, Troy Baker, who you probably know as a very popular voice actor. So in this tweet, he says, I'm partnering with Voice First to explore ways where together we might bring new tools and new creators to make new things. That is just so vague. That doesn't, what does that mean? And allow everyone a chance to own and invest in the IPs that they create. That's just not true. Like, you're not owning or investing in your own IPs. And, you know, why do you need to make an NFT to do that? You don't. We all have a story to tell. You can hate or you can create. What'll it be? It just doesn't sound like something Troy would say. It sounds like something that he was paid. Like, they gave him a script and he put out the tweet just like this. So what's the response? 13,000 quote tweets and like 2,000 likes. Yeah, so I won't get into the comments here, but you can read it yourself if you want to. He came back and said this. Thank you all for your feedback and patience. After careful consideration, I've decided to not continue the partnership. And notice how he doesn't tag him this time. Intentions aside, I have heard you and I apologize for accusing anyone of hating just by simply disagreeing with me. I don't think Troy did a lot of research. I think his agent or manager, whoever, told him that this was a good idea. This is the next phase of the internet. A lot of people missed out on that first phase of like Uber and Airbnb and those kind of companies. And I know a lot of people regretted that, so they want to get onto this next wave. And so I can see why rich people see this as an opportunity. But look at this. 40,000 likes compared to like 2,000 that you saw before. The people have spoken. The public is telling everyone, we don't want this. This is just kind of obvious. And if the public is not buying it, then who is? I'm just casually looking at this and doing my research. This is what I keep seeing again and again. So the last thing I'm going to talk about today is crypto gaming. So I saw this video by Nas Daily, and I just have to say that I actually really like Nas. He is a very positive person. He makes a lot of different kinds of content, and I've learned some things from watching his content. But I was very surprised when I saw this. Now, I'm not going to play the whole video, but I will leave a link. So if you want to watch the whole video, you can. And if you want to read all 9,000 comments on this, you can. I will say this, it is getting a lot of engagement and he is a content creator, so I'm sure for him that that's a positive, but I'm just gonna read one comment after I play this video. Okay, here we go.
This guy was an Uber driver. Now he's a millionaire. He was working 14 hours every day. Now he plays video games in his pajamas. He owns digital pets that make babies with each other, and he sells the babies to make money. Focus for the next 5 minutes, because I have a crazy story to tell you. In a remote island in the Philippines, I introduce you to Cuckoo.
Cuckoo!
Hi, Nas Daily. I'm Cuckoo, and I became a millionaire from playing a video game.
Cuckoo was as poor as one can get. He was working at fast food restaurants, making no more than $200 a month. At some point, he had to drop out of college because it was too expensive.
I didn't have enough money to learn, so I went straight to work.
He ended up as a driver, making $1,500. But one day, he read an article about a crypto game called Axie Infinity, where people made money from playing a game with pets. This was too good to be true, but Cuckoo gave it a shot.
I love playing video games, so I asked my wife to trust me, and I gave this a try.
The following is a real story that I still can't believe. Here it goes. Coco downloaded the crypto pet game Axie Infinity. He bought digital pets that are NFTs. He made the pets have babies and multiply, and he sold the babies to other players in the game. Each baby made him like $50 to $100, and he sold a lot of babies, all from the comfort of his home in his pajamas.
The best thing to do when you're starting is to buy your own Axie.
Hold on, I just want to pause real quick. Out of context, just the idea that you can say to people like, yeah, in my pajamas, I just sell babies. That's my job.
Before you breed, make sure that you are targeting a certain specific skill or class before breeding.
Okay, so this is the crazy thing about this game. It's different than, let's say, FIFA, right? In FIFA, you can play with digital characters and you don't own them. But with this game, what's unique about it is that every digital character you own. So if you make this character bigger and better and faster, theoretically you can sell it to another player that wants a bigger, faster, better digital character. And this is the first time in which this has basically been possible because of NFT.
Isn't Steam trading cards kind of like this?
From this, Coco made over $1 million.
I might be wrong.
He bought his dream home
1 million.
and retired his parents all from playing a game. What? Okay, before we go on, I know nothing about crypto games. When I was researching this video, I was shocked, just like everybody here.
He said it right there. Yeah, okay, so to summarize the rest of this, I mean, you can still watch the rest of this video if you want to on your own, but Nas is selling a course, so he's making money off this. He's not only making, you know, money from the content creation he's making right now, the video, but he's also making money selling this, you know, with Cuckoo, and so I'm happy for him. I'm happy for both of them. I wish them all the success, but let me just read this comment here. Okay. Thomas says, you're 6 months late to pump this one. People have been running away from Axie for months already because of how unstable economics are. SLP and Axie prices have been free falling, and lots of people lost tons of money on this. And I say this as someone who has spent months building 65,000 strong community on this game, invested 6 figures, and made decent money from this, now getting out. I'll just say that this sounds very credible, like, because of how detailed this comment is. Like, I do believe this. It is not sustainable at this stage, and I find it irresponsible from you to show up 6 months after it used to be trending. Once they are hopeless and called out constantly by their own community for being scammers, to both promote Axie and yield guild games in the same video without an extreme, clear, bright warning sign. That's exactly my big problem here, is I don't think Nas did his correct research about this, and he doesn't have any kind of warning sign, and he doesn't know how dangerous this is. Like, a lot of these people are just seeing dollar signs. They're seeing somebody who went from poor to being rich. But is this going to happen to everyone? A lot of people? No. A lot of this is luck. Again, I don't believe in get rich quick. It's just not sustainable. You can gain a lot of money, but you can also lose a lot of money pretty quickly if you don't know what to do with it. Then again, I made good money from both of these, and you're trying to pump it with your video will only make me richer. But my comment isn't about me. It's about your millions of followers who will just ape in after watching your pump video without knowing they step into a free-falling economy where most likely the asset thereby are going to depreciate over time. But hey, you're a smart man. During the gold rush, you're selling picks and axes. Too bad in this specific case, you are sending people to a dried out mine without telling them. Hope the money they paid you was worth it, man. P.S. I added more in-depth explanation. Anyways, you can read the comments if you want to. I just wanted to read that one right there. So at this current time, I don't think that this is working out, but things can change over time. But I just wanted to make this video to give my overall impressions of what is going on in this idea of what NFT is. Again, I want to hear your thoughts about this. What are your opinions so far? Have you seen something different that I haven't seen? Like, I'm really curious. I'm Starlight Skies, and I hope to see you in the next video.